I recently watched a group of protesters, most of them young, denouncing.
Man, oh man, I could sit and listen to these hand pan drums all day. Well, welcome to Live with the Shaman. Oh, I guess I need to close the music, don't I? Oh well. The links to the hand pan drummers are in the description area. So, Live with the Shaman, welcome back. You'll notice I have posted in our video here the new Grove of the Celtic Shaman symbol, and it seems to be a hit. And I'm really glad everybody likes it. I know I really like the color scheme, the way it came out, the design really looks good. All I did was took our original GCS symbol and added a bit of color, kind of make it look a bit better so it's not just staunch white and black in your face. All right. Uh, yeah. All right. No, Jamie. What were we talking about? If you're an admin in Live with the Shaman, like Cindy is, if one of our admins pop in and they're watching and interacting with our broadcast, when they post something, it comes across as Live with the Shaman. So I may have Cindy and Clint and myself who are all typing in the window, and it looks like we have multiple personalities all posting multiple different ideas. Not that shaman have ever been accused of multiple personalities. Hmm. No, not us. Never. But anyway, all right. Looks like Facebook is actually doing some good things this morning. We went through Open Pagan Church without a glitch. We've got some good upstream at about 2.6, 2.8 meg, so I'll take it. Right. So, Live with the Shaman, what is our topic today? Well, today we're going to be talking about why a tradition. Why in the hell do we need a tradition? Why in the hell do we want a tradition? People are so sick of being told what to do. Why do they want a tradition? Why would they think they need a tradition? Well, instruction, guidance, kind of kind of an idea where if I have a first year who's just coming across into the Grove of the Celtic Shaman, and they're not really aware of what's going on or what the rules are or what needs to be done or anything of that nature. They're just new. And to be honest with you, um, we each use the tradition as a boy that'll mess with your head. Wow. All right. Yeah. The floating shaman. Anyway, wow. I digress. And I figured out why my my video is washed out and kind of tripping a little bit with the backlight, and my shirt actually looks dirty when it is not. Um, that's because I'm wearing a greenish blue shirt that's almost the same color as my backdrop, which would really kind of screw with the green screen idea. So yeah, there we go. Um, yeah, in any organization, there are perimeters for the group. Yep, absolutely. And it's it helps us. I mean, I was the one that initiated the tradition in 2000, and myself and the shamans at the time sit down and wrote the tradition. We had a rewrite, I think, in '09. We need to we need to sit down, like I said before, myself and the leaders of the GCS, along with some students, if we can get them together. We need to sit down and kind of do a once over, go through it, and see if in 2018 stroke 2019, it'll probably be 2019 before we get around to it. But we need to see if there's any changes that need to be made. Are there any updates? Any updates that need to be made for modern times? We all talk about, I follow the ancient traditions, I follow the ancient this and the ancient that, and I do this and I do that. But in all reality, truth come to shove, we're all neo-pagan. We're all New Age shaman, right? I mean, this is 2018, and we either grow with the times or we fall off the backside of the old mule. I mean, we used to have a member that loved calling me a winged jackass. Well, I hate to say it, but it fit. But traditions are something that families do. They've done for thousands of years. Each family has their own tradition, things that they do during the holidays. And groups and groves are no different. Groups, groves, covens, whatever, still does. Cindy says, winged jackass. That's me. But at the end of the day, we've all got to sit back and look at what the traditions are for, what they mean, why they were written to begin with. And one of the things that we do within the GCS, at least, is 2 or 3 times a year we remind each other to go back and reread your tradition. Go back and reread the things that that kind of remind us why we're here to begin with. Why we do what we do. Some of the things that we may be lost or confused in, we need realignment and guidance and help within the tradition. to kind of help us get there. You know, sometimes we need to reach out to each other and go, look, I'm as lost as a goose. I'm completely confused and have no idea what the hell I'm doing here. Um, yes, I'm typing while talking. You know, it's just kind of one of them things where it really does it really does help us. And you know, Dave says still alive because of modern medicine. Absolutely. You know, as shaman, we like to think that holistic healing, energy healing, meditation healing, reaching out to the guides in the astral can really help us and heal us. And it can. It really can. But I know for myself, um, I know for myself, I require that tradition on occasion, and I need a little help, just like everybody else. Um, Damn, I completely lost track. Sorry. Usually, when I do my videos, I do have people that will chat off site. You know, they don't want their, I guess they don't want their ideas or whatever posted in site. But we're probably not going to have the entire 1 hour broadcast today because, you know, why a tradition is relatively sick, it's relatively quick and simple. I myself use the tradition 3, 4, 5 times a year. Just sit down and reread it and go, you know, I've been kind of slipping on that. I haven't been I haven't been lighting my candles the way I need to. Um, I haven't been doing the things I need to with ritual. I haven't actually been following a good ritual protocol, as it were. Um, so when you're getting down to why a tradition, and I know as a teacher, um, Jamie has her own tradition of her own group. Um, Cindy follows the GCS tradition, plus she's kind of tweaked it a little bit for what she does with her students. And we all do that. I know that Dave has his own way of doing things and follows his own personal tradition. Um, and I do apologize that I'm typing and talking at the same time. Um, those of you that haven't looked at my Facebook and may not know, my wife was involved in an accident Friday on her way to go vote. Um, she's okay. She broke her right arm right about here in two places, so she's in a cast, in a lot of pain. Um, Getting better. She's on the mend, but um, you know, I've got friends that are checking up. You know, how's she doing? What's going on? So I'm kind of typing while doing the broadcast. I apologize, but we need Human beings need guidance in spite of themselves, irregardless of who you are, where you're from, what you do, who you may think you are, and what you may think you need. I know a lot of people may think they don't need anything. I know a lot of people that think I don't need no damn instructions. I know how to live. I know what to do. Okay, I get it. I do too. I know how to live. I know what to do. But at the same time, that tradition was written. It was oath to. It was given of ourselves to write it. We owe it to that tradition to follow the oath, to pay close attention to that oath when we're doing things within our craft. Like Jamie said, made me feel grounded and kept in check. And absolutely, that's, kind of what I put up in the description area. It helps keep us in check. Not just the first years, not just the senior students, the priest and the high priest and the master and the whatever that you may become rank wise within your given tradition. It helps remind you that at the core, ladies and gentlemen, you're human. You're gonna make mistakes. You have emotions. You have anger. You get pissed. You lose your way. And sometimes a silly little piece of paper or a silly little PDF on a computer pulled up, taken about 10 or 15 minutes, maybe 30, to go through it and just read it. Open your mind. Last thing I want to do is sound like a preacher going, you really need to read the Bible, boys and girls. No, that's not what it's about. The Bible is a book of stories. It is a book of commands and ideas that are so antiquatedly outdated, it's not even funny. Do you realize that the human race today truly lived by what the Bible said? 99% of everything that would be done in that Bible is illegal. Yeah, it's illegal. And, you get some of these preachers who say, follow the Bible. Live the Bible. I live the Bible. No, you don't, you idiot. If you did, 99% of everything you did that the Bible says to do is illegal. Dumbass. Did I say that out loud? I did. Wow. I'm glad this is an adult channel. By the way, did I remind everybody this is an adult channel? So if you're listening to the pre-recorded broadcast and you don't want the wee ones to hear an occasional shit, hell, or damn, maybe a few other choice words, you may want to put your headset in or send the kiddies out to play, unless you're kind of like we are and it's like, our daughter's going to hear worse than that out there. So see, it brings up another point. That brings up another point. When you have kids, are your kids not an extension of your own tradition? Are your kids not an extension of your own beliefs and the way you live and the things you do? The old saying, monkey see, monkey do. Well, the kids are the world's worst about it. Well, Dad, you said it. Mom, you did that. Dad, you did that. Mom, you said that. Blah, blah, blah. And you're sitting there going, where in the hell did you get that? Who taught you that? Well, you did. Oh. Damn. Okay. So, how do you know you're doing the right thing? How do you know you're following the right tradition? How do you know you're going the right direction, the right way? Is what you're doing right? Is the way you're raising your kids right? Is the way you're living right? Is what you're doing right? And these are questions that humans ask themselves all the time. Cindy says gut feeling. Yeah, okay. But I know a lot of people whose gut feelings are really screwed up, discombobulated. I know a lot of people who their gut feeling tell them to go out and commit harry-carry and mass murder and shoot people and do school shootings and kill other kids and what the what the hell? You have to have an anchor. You have to have something to hang on to. You need some kind of anchor. Now, whether that anchor is a written tradition or whether that anchor is your own internal morals, your own internal feelings of what's right and wrong. But believe it or not, whether whether you're following a written tradition or whether you're following what your parentals, whether they were biological parents or not, whether you're following what your parentals showed you and the adults that you were raised with, your peers, your friends, all of that forms who you are. Now, for me, I figured out early on that I am the type of person that I like guidelines. I like written guidelines to keep me kind of somewhere in the middle. Um, I like something to kind of keep me on the road, you know. Um, it we all need guidance. Now, where do we get that guidance? Does the guidance strictly come from spirit? Does it come from spirit guides? Does it come from a smack on the thumb with a hammer because you missed a nail? The guidance to that, I hope, would be don't do that again because the shit hurts. Do you need guidance when you stump your toe in the middle of the night and it's like, shit, watch where you're going? Or do you just simply occasionally need to sit down and take a few moments and meditate on the right thing to do or the right thing not to do? And I had someone, and this is something that I like to share on occasion, speaking of tradition. Why tradition? I had someone ask me one time, you're a shaman, right? I said, yeah. You do things to help others, and you do things to help protect other people. Yeah, and I'm starting to get worried at this point because I don't know where this conversation's going. Well, I have someone out to get me, and I need you to do a death cast to back them off. Wait, what? What? You want me to do a what? Well, yeah, I need you to do a death cast to back them off. Um, no. Not no, but hell no. You're out of your effing mind, no. Well, why? I said, I'll tell you what, you figure out how to do the death cast. You go home and light your little candle, whatever color it may be, and you do the goddamn death cast, and you can pay the freaking karma for it. I'm not gonna. Because in the world of shaman, the call for the death of one is paid by the death of another. And if you didn't catch that, I'll say it again. In shamanism, the call for the death of one is paid by the death of another. So if I was to do a death cast, and yeah, I know how to do the damn thing, unfortunately, it's one of the things we have to know how to do so that we don't ever freaking do it. But I'm not fixing to go there. Well, is it against your tradition, this idiot said. No. It's not written in the tradition. It's common fucking sense, dumbass. And by the time it was all said and done, I have no idea where this person's at today. I don't care. I wish them no harm. They got pissed off and told me I was a wannabe shaman and a dumbass and had no clue what the fuck I was doing. And I'm like, hey, bugger off. Piss off. Go to hell while you're at it if you believe in hell. But see, as a part of a tradition, you have to use some common sense. And here's where some people don't get it. Here's where some people don't understand that a tradition is not a set of instructions to tell you the alarm goes off, sit up in bed, mind where you put your feet. Now get up out of bed, turn to the right 3 degrees, walk to the bathroom, turn to the left 5 degrees, open the door first, walk into the bathroom, close the door, walk up to the commode, and well, I'm not going to finish the rest of that. That is not what a tradition is designed to do. So if you think a tradition is designed to tell you when to pee, when to cough, when to sneeze, and exactly what it is you're supposed to eat, and how you're supposed to eat it, that's not a tradition. A tradition is a set of instructions to tell you expectations of your path, to tell you expectations of what you're supposed to do within certain aspects of your path. It is not designed to tell you every day of how to live. It's not designed to tell you how you're supposed to live. It's supposed to give you instructions as to expectations of your grove, your coven, your group, whatever. Whatever it is that's important to you, that's what a tradition's supposed to do. But we each have to make our own decisions within a tradition. And if you sit down, guidelines. Um, Dave says, hell would be for me living under dogma and fear and the cookie cutter model. I piss on all that. But if you follow your tradition, then you live by the tenets set out in it. Yes, agreed. But I'm sure, or I hope, that everybody watching our broadcast will agree that at some point it's got to come down to common sense. It's got to come down to things that are not always written in that tradition. It's got to come down to being able to use your common sense to know what needs to be done within the own philosophy or the confines of your tradition. You know, traditions are not designed to tell you when or how to go pee. They're designed to tell you what's expected of you within your philosophical path that has either been chosen for you or that you've chosen. Traditions are guidelines and ideas and, things to kind of help you through. But what is a tradition to you? I mean, I realize traditions are different things to different people. And if anybody watching our broadcast wants to read the tradition of the Celtic Shaman, it is posted for anyone to download and look at. There's a PDF over in the Open Grove of the Celtic Shaman page. If you want to know the link or whatever, you can PM me, IM me, whatever, or ask in here, and anybody that's in the Open GCS page is welcome to drop the link in there. But you're welcome to download it, take a look at it. And here's something else that, quite a few people have raised an eyebrow at when it comes to me and our tradition. Ready for this? The GCS tradition is not copyrighted. The symbol is the symbol of the Grove of the Celtic Shaman, the one that I had posted at the beginning, and the new symbol. It is copyrighted, but the tradition is not. The specific reason I didn't copyright the tradition is because I want people to use it as a guideline. I want people to like it enough to take it with them when they leave the GCS. I mean, truth come to matter, over the last almost 20 years now, we've had well over 100 oathed students, oathed members, file through the Grove of the Celtic Shaman. Some of them made it to senior student and said to hell with this and buggered off. Some of them made it to priesthood Took them about a year and a half, some of them two. Some of them made it to priesthood. They took the tradition, they rewrote it a bit, and they went on about their merry way. I haven't seen them or heard from them in 15 plus years. Some of them are crazy enough to stick around, like Cindy, Clint, and a couple others. There are, in the GCS, there are three masters of the Grove, myself, in rank, in concession, myself, then Cindy, then Clint. Um, I believe we still have a high priestess in the Grove. I believe that's Lucy, I think. I have a senior student that is testing for her priesthood. Oh boy, is she testing for her priesthood. Don't know when she's going to be done testing for her priesthood. But as members of a tradition, not just the GCS, but as oathed members of any tradition, you should take it seriously. I mean, the people that wrote the tradition, the people that are leaders within the tradition, the ones that actually believe in and follow what they do and hold true to their own oath, they're the ones who should be most respected within that tradition itself. And what it all comes down to is everyone, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, has a tradition that they follow. Like I said in the beginning of the program, is it, whether it's a family tradition, whether it's a socially taught tradition, whether it's, just something that people do. What makes a tradition is something that you do a lot within a particular way. Sorry, my ass was going numb. I had to shift and move. So, well, yeah, Cindy's right. In the GCS tradition, we do not give blood. No. We believe the blood of the mother is the water, and we don't give blood to the tradition. We don't do blood oaths. I don't believe in someone that actually has to give blood for a tradition. There's nothing wrong with those that do. That's your thing. Bleed all you want. We sacrifice our time. We sacrifice ourselves to the tradition to get things done that need to be done. And once, and it even says in our tradition where it talks about the tattoo, I have 10 stripes and I need 10 more across the bottom. And I know that Cindy and Clint need to get their stripes. Just hadn't had time. Really hadn't had the money or the time to pay a tattoo artist to just put stripes. But the tattoo that we brand ourselves with are for those who have oathed this lifetime to that tradition. Now, here's something else that I want to say about the Grove of the Celtic Shaman tradition. We do not accept eternity oaths. I'll say that again. If someone comes to the GCS and they want to be trained by the tradition, we do not allow anyone to do a eternity oath to that damn tradition. Number one, that's stupid. Number two, that's stupid. And number three, revert back to number one. That's stupid. Sabrina, oh my God. Love you, Sabrina, my little wayward missing student, who is a high priestess, by the way. And she is oathed. She is oathed to the tradition made HP in 2014, she reminds me. Boy, am I getting old. Or anyway, so I mean, Sabrina is an HPS within the tradition. Now she gets a little she gets a little disappeary on occasions. And one of the things you have to understand about shaman is we tend to go solitaire from time to time when we're going through our dark times. We we are fully aware and fully allow in the tradition. We fully allow our shamans to disappear under that rock for a bit. Sometimes it might take a year to come out from under the rock, but we all go under the rock for a while. I had my time in '08 and '09 under the rock, what we call it. We're going through our dark times. But we allow for that in the tradition. We allow for that in the things that need to be done in the teachings of the shaman. We're damn sure not a bunch of white fluffy bunnies in the tradition. Um, Sabrina says, "Oh my God, when I contact you, boy, do I vent." Well, yeah, but that's okay. Vent away, my dear, vent away. So, a tradition is a set of ideas. It's a philosophy. It is a written set of base core rules and regulations that are expected of you within a particular craft. Now, I have people that ask me, right? Well, but you allow people that are not in the grove to stand in grove circles. Yeah, why wouldn't I? I mean, it's very, very seldom the Grove of the Celtic Shaman ever does anything that requires a sequestered, closed meeting. And with all of us living so damn far apart now, that's almost impossible anyway. The Grove of the Celtic Shaman does have a closed Facebook group where where we can talk and chat and do things that are specifically, strictly Grove specific. And there's even a couple of people in the Grove of the Celtic Shaman Facebook page that are not oathed to the tradition, but they have been brothers or sisters of the Grove almost from day one. So they are trusted to have the ideas of the GCS first in their mind and give us an outsider standpoint. You know, no tradition, no writing should be done without some kind of outsider standpoint, because your tradition, you can become jaded, you can become closed-minded, and you can become what's the word, rut-minded, if you will, within your own tradition. So I think any writing of any tradition, you should use outside influence in doing that, because I promise you, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I am the end all be all with all of the answers to all of the questions. I am not that stuck up my own ass. I hope. So what do you think? Is a tradition right for you? Not for everybody. Is a tradition right for people who oathed to the GCS? I can't answer that. You got to answer that. And if it's not right for you, at least uh, respect us enough to say, I'm sorry. I need to light a candle, denounce the tradition. Thank you for its time. Adios, bicycle. Have a good life. Don't speak bad about us, and we won't speak bad about you, so to speak. But you know, each of us, each of us have to have our own guidance in our own way. Some of us require an occasional smack with a 2x4. Some of us don't pay any attention to the 2x4, so council picks up a railroad tie and smacks us upside the head with it. So these are things that are strictly up to you. So what I'm going to do, we're 45 minutes past the hour. I'm going to go ahead and bugger off of here. I've got some things I've got to take care of, plus I've got to convert these videos and get them uploaded to archives. So when you're if you're looking to write your own tradition, I give you this advice. Listen to your members. Listen to those people who are close to you, your inner circle, and listen to those that are in the outer circle. You don't have to do what they tell you to do, but listen to their suggestions and recommendations. You might actually come up with a pretty damn fair idea. And as always, always, we definitely appreciate you watching Live with the Shaman. And we hope to see you next time right here on Live with the Shaman. Have a great week and have a good life for sure.